Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Lora with Stitchin with Lora. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great Sunday and a great weekend. So today we're going to be working on the peonies in the vase, and I got this from DPClubs the first part of this year, and I've been kind of working on it. I picked it up last night and did all of that in there, and I went back and there was a few scattered symbols, and I put that in, and I decided, I don't know if you can see, let's see, do you see the sideways L's right underneath the owl? Well, they're very hard to see after you get everything done. So I went through and I did as many of them as I could here and there and wherever, you know, like to finish up the thread. Yeah, because I was having a heck of a time trying to sort them out of this flower right here. So I thought, well, I'll just get ahead of that curve, and yeah. Okay, so that's what I worked on. And oh my goodness, yeah. So that led to, oh, I'm working on this pink. Well, I'll work on this color. And yeah, I put about 4 threads into this last night. And we're working on the blue symbol today, and it is 3609. It's kind of a pinkish purple. Yeah, it was easy. And I was working on Harriet Salt by Hands Across the Sea, you know, counted. And I was having a heck of a time here, the heck of a time there. Yeah, so I just couldn't settle on anything. And then I made a big mistake on Harriet Salt, so I had to rip it all out. Yeah. So, yeah, I said it's time to do some easy. So that's when I got this out. I was like, oh, I haven't worked on that in a while, so why not, right? Kind of like to have an 11 and a 14 and a counted all out at the same time, and then I can just stitch on it. I haven't stitched any more on that pavilion. I guess that's what I was going after, and then I saw this and went, huh, I haven't worked on that in a while. I really like the one with the peonies. Yeah, peonies. Peonies and poppies. I've got plenty of both. The peonies in the 18 count, but yeah, my eyes were not having it last night, and that's why I kept messing up on the counted, so yeah. And no, I haven't gotten my magnifier out yet, so here we are. We're doing the easy thing. What did I watch last night? Oh, nothing really. I just put on the crown and just stitch. You know, at least it's in English and you know what's going on. So you don't have to stop and read subtitles and all that happy stuff. But dang. So other than that, I just... what was I watching? I don't even remember. I watched a little YouTube and floss tubes and stuff like that. Miss Shelby, she did a whip parade this morning. So you should go see that and all the beautiful projects that she's working on. So yeah, I would do that, but, you know, it'd take us about 20 episodes, so we're just not going there. You're lucky you got a whip parade back in 2020, because, yeah, things have expanded since then, so, yeah, I don't even keep track anymore of how many whips I've got. It just, no. I stitch on what I want to stitch on and what's out and available. You know, if I really like something that I start, of course I'll leave it out, you know, so that I can work on it a little bit more. But yeah, I like variety, so I'm here, there, and everywhere. I like that one that Shelby has with the, I'll call it roses. I can't remember what exactly the flowers are like, but it goes long ways this way. And it has a peach flower right there, and I have that pattern, but when I went looking for it, I couldn't find it, and I found that other big floral one we worked on last week. Yeah. Oh, I know I have it. It's here, and it's got its own bag because it has so much thread. But yeah. So I still didn't get that one out. Then I watch Carol, the Saltbox Stitcher, and she does only counted stuff. Oh, yeah. So that only makes me want to get out the counted stuff. I can't remember who I was watching, and that's why I got out the counted stuff other than Carol. There's somebody yesterday. It's like, huh, yeah, I could work on that. Holy cow. If I just had 12 arms, we'd have it made. I could work on 6 projects at a time. We'd get a whole lot done. One set could do all the housework, and then the rest of them could just, the other 5 sets could work on projects. Of course, you'd need 12 eyes too, see. I could make all kinds of progress. Oh, for pity's sake, what the heck? Trying to get it in the hole. But this is so pretty, and I love all these flowers. They're just beautiful. Didn't do too much yesterday. I didn't go anywhere, I don't think, other than to get the mail. And about the time I got back from getting the mail, it rained the rest of the afternoon. It was just fun. Oh, itch. Itch, 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 itch. I did finally make my chili. Got that put together shortly after I came back from the mailbox, because I knew it was, ow, I knew it was going to be cold. So we're going to get us a different one. Damn. Carolyn gave me an idea. You turn them inside out and they'll stay on your finger better, but that one's... I think I've taken that middle one out. There we go. It's just a tad bit bigger. That one's too big, and that one just fits. I got these from Amazon. Gosh, I can't even remember. It was a few months ago. I don't know if I got them before Christmas, after Christmas, or whenever, but yeah. But I've been stitching on that 14 count, and it kind of drives that needle right into the end of my finger. It's awesome. Maybe I should take a break, right? No, we can't take a break. We don't have time to take a break. But I think we're going to need another thread here. Ouch. Oh God, I gotta go to work tomorrow. But at least I only have to work from 10 to 3, so I am thrilled sick. Just totally thrilled sick. And I better not have to work until later than that. Because I've kind of been counting on this all week. Guess we'll finish up that little bunch. Sorry. It keeps sticking to this pad thing I have underneath here, and then it drags it. Then I have to move it out of the way. I love it when one loop stays behind. It just drives me crazy. Just kind of ruins my rhythm here. These ones that are, I don't know if you can see that. See how that's like a green line that outlines the whole square there? Yeah, they're really hard to see too. I should have done all those first, but you know, if foresight was as good as hindsight, you know the old saying. Didn't even think about it. And those L's are just horrific to see. After you get colors around all four sides, you cannot tell what the heck it was. Yes, I could look on the paper pattern, but you know, that just takes way too much time. I don't know what's going on here. But I was really happy that sewing store is back up and running. And that way, if I need thread, I can just run down the street and get it for a change. I tried to talk him into getting silk threads or sulkies or any of the Krynic. I don't know. I think I blew her mind. I had to explain, you know, how you use silk and cross stitch and oh, geez. I was like, oh my goodness. Yep. And she said some people use silk thread to, what do you call it? To do applique, which, God, I haven't done applique in 20 years. Sad but true. It was back when my daughter was young, and yeah, my daughter and my son, they were in middle school, maybe. It's been a hot moment. I'm not that I couldn't pick it up, but yeah. Yeah, just no desire there. I had 5,000 different kinds of material and all kinds of stuff, and I hand sewed quilts and did all the quilting by hand. Yeah, it was a time when my hands didn't hurt. Cross stitch doesn't do that to me, so we'll just kind of stick with that. After a while, I just get tired of telling myself all the things I can't do. So it's time to start doing things I can do. You know what I mean? But I don't have the desire to go back to quilting. Don't get me wrong, I loved it, but dang. I don't have that kind of patience anymore. Till my rhythm's off, I'm doing it one stitch at a time here. I think my kids were like in 4th and 5th grade, somewhere around there when I started quilting, and they were out of high school by the time I ended. Because I made my daughter a quilt when I was living in Kansas. Cut it all out by hand. And I tied that one because it had a fleece blanket on the back. And she's still using it to this day. But, yeah. Nope, I'm good. Using my little needle minders from, I think it was from either Olivia or Anita, so if I'm wrong, shout it out, because some days I can remember things just like that, and others not so much. So I'm so sorry if I spoke wrong. And I still have the little bag that they sent with extras in it. I did give one to my granddaughter and one to my daughter so they could use them on their diamond painting. You know, to hold the plastic back. My daughter does a lot of diamond painting. She really is getting into that, so. Fun times, fun times. But I thought I'd help hold her plastic pages back. I use them all the time for that. Especially the big ones that I have. These big, these big, huge ones, they hold really well. Oh, come on. Urgh. Sorry, guys. It's just like, what the heck is going on? It gets all the way to the end, and then it doesn't want to play nice. Feels kind of thin, but it's really not. I mean, it's not laying down. I don't know. Gets odd. I guess after I've drug it through the material so many thousand times, it's kind of wearing it. That's why I don't stitch with a large piece of thread. I cut my thread lengths in half. Yes, I have to fill the needle more often, but the thread doesn't get so weird. Like I said, it's always the light colors that do this. I don't know why. We're making it, guys. We're getting up there. I think it's going to be beautiful when it's done. I wanted to start on some of the green leaves, but for the life of me, I couldn't figure out where that was on the pattern, so I just gave up and we're back to working on the flowers. Yeah. And I didn't want to do any of the background. You know how I feel about that. It's like, okay, someday when we're totally bored, we'll just stitch them all up. Yep, that's how it goes. Move them up a little bit because I gotta get it in my hand. This is nice fabric though. It's darted out pretty stiff, but it does bend, you know, and kind of not break down. What's the word? Yeah, I guess it'd be break down. I don't know if there's starch in it or if that is just caused by when they put this dye on the material. If anybody knows, shout out. Shout it out, because I can't remember. Somebody said something about that the other day, and I can't remember who the heck it was. But sooner or later, it'll break down. And, you know, it's easy to hold in my hand. Because you know I can't get it in a hoop. And I'm not usually the up and down stitcher. Can't do that either. Just absolutely kills me to do that. I can do 1 or 2 stitches, but no. I'd much rather use the sewing method. For me, it works real well. So what's everybody else working on besides European Town? Or is that the only thing you're working on? Do you do counted? Do you do stamped cross stitch? Do you do embroidery? Oh, yes, speaking of embroidery. Oh, God. Yeah, I was watching Saltbox Stitcher, and she's working on that, and I think it's Anne Umfendale. Yeah. Yeah, that's been one that I've been wanting, but, you know, every time I see somebody that's working on it, and they're explaining about how they work on it, I remember why I haven't gotten that yet. It's got embroidery, and it's got 1/1. And satin stitches and other specialty stitches. Some things are just out of my reach, but I can drool over them, right? I was watching somebody else that said I could just take pictures and hang them on the wall, and of the picture of the actual thing done, but not stitch them, just take the pictures. Like I was going to take the pictures. Oh my God, I started around that barn, didn't I? No, I said at one point that I should just take the pictures that came with these cross stitches and put them in frames and hang them up, because otherwise they're never going to get done. And somebody else said something to that same effect. I was like, yes, go people. Because, yeah, they're feeling like it's taken forever to stitch on stuff. Oh, it was Jan Hicks. Yes, I watched Jan Hicks. She had a 2-hour-long whip parade yesterday. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, Yep, it was Jan Hicks. She got some beautiful stuff too. And hers, of course, is all counted. Some of these stitchers, they don't want to do stamped. That's fine. You know, in my book, there is nothing wrong with doing stamped cross stitch. I love them both. Oh crap, there's another one of those black L's. Yeah. Like I said, some days you just need the easy button. If I didn't have these to fall back on, I would have quit cross stitching a long time ago, because I'd been totally frustrated. Some days I just need to stitch. I don't care what it is, just pick it up, put some threads into it, and stitch. And others, I'm all about, well, how does that work? And, you know, get real technical. I don't know. But that's what I love about the stamped. They're just sitting there begging to be stitched. Although the voice in my head is getting absolutely hoarse from yelling at me to stitch on this or stitch on that, they've finally given up. So I don't hear that voice in my head screaming, work on this, work on that. You know, not too much anymore. It's like, oh, to hell with it. Yeah. She is down the road and doing something else. Yep. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Alright, guys. Thank you for joining me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.